Welcome to Aviation Farming, built for Hangar, Glendale, Arizona.
Next is open up the doors on the Cruzer, get in there, and take some covers off inside there in the cockpit, and just kind of give you a quick look at the controls and how they're hooked together, and kind of a little bit how they work, starting at the front end of the airplane, the nose wheel and the strut and the nose wheel steering, and on back.
Tonight the Bill Boss Dude is going to give a quick little tour of the CH750 Cruzer controls. Please bear with the poor guy, it's 110 degrees in the hangar.
This doesn't belong here. This is stored in there. This is the nose strut, nose wheel. You can notice we got some rod linkage connected to this side and on that side, connected to this strut. These rods go inside the aircraft and connect directly to the rudder pedals. One rudder pedal on each side, left and right. And this is what, when you steer on the ground, you're turning this wheel, this nose wheel, and you push the rudder pedal. So if I push the right rudder pedal, this wheel is going to turn about 10-15 degrees to the right. And that's how you steer it on the ground. If I turn it back to the left, all the way, it's going to go 10 or 15 degrees to the left, and you're going to make a left turn. If I keep the rudder pedals even, like this, then the wheel's going to stay straight and they're going to go straight. So I'm going to go stick my head into the cockpit and stick my hands in there and actually turn the rudder pedal. And I'll push it first to the left, and you'll see this nose wheel turn, and then I'll push to the right and you'll see the nose wheel turn. Okay, there you can see the nose wheel turn to the right. Now I'm going to straighten it up and then turn it to the left. And there you see that it's turned to the left. So now I'm going to straighten it back up. Now it's straight. The rudder pedals are even with each other inside the cockpit. The wheel's pretty straight. Okay, remember I was telling you about the rods that connect to the nose wheel strut that come through the aircraft, connect directly to the rudder pedals. Here's the left one right here. Here's the right one over here. It's connected, one to this rudder pedal, one to this rudder pedal. Here's the pilot side rudder pedals. One there, one there. That's the left and that's the right. This is a brake cylinder. There's a brake cylinder here. This would be the master cylinders, brake cylinders. Now, I don't know, I'm going to show you more from the side, but there's a cable also connected to this rudder pedal and to this one over here, just like the rods are connected.
In order to operate the rudder properly, these cables must cross each other. In other words, the right side pilot rudder cable crosses over and
One
connects
here.
to the right side of
One on the other side.
rudder.
So one is connected to the right
And
hand
the co-pilot side
of the pilot
left
side,
rudder with the
and one is
rudder
connected
cable
to
crosses
the
over and
hand
connects
cable
to
the
the
passenger
left side of the rudder. The rudder pedals are interconnected, so meaning that if you push the right rudder on one side,
control stick.
the right rudder will
This is how
also
you
push
control the
on the
airplane from the
opposite
cockpit.
side. If you push the left
This
rudder,
moves
say on the
forward
pilot
and back.
side, the left rudder will also be
Moves
pushed
left and
on
right.
the co-pilot side.
Let me pull this off. Again, the control D-stick is connected to this torque tube, which is also connected to this elevator torque tube. When you move the stick forward and back, the elevator torque tube down here moves forward and back, and it's connected to a elevator horn right back here. I'll show you later. And then when you move left and right, this torque tube moves left and right, and also the elevator control tube will move left and right. And this is the cables. This is the rudder cables run all the way back through the aircraft.
Here we're facing to the
To the
rear
rudder.
of the airplane. So looking at those two
Connected
rudder
to the
cables
rudder pedal here, they come
from
through
this
here and
position,
cross.
the left
Crisscross here,
cable
one goes
would
that
go
way, one goes
to
off that way,
that
goes all the
side
way
of the
down.
rudder, and the right cable will go
Okay, here
straight
we
back
are.
to
You
that
can
side
see
of the
it.
rudder. Because remember, they're already crossed forward of the Y stick in the cabin. Now the elevator control tube has a elevator horn or control horn mounted on it. Each side of that horn there is a cable on the upper side and a cable on the lower side. The elevator cables run back to the elevator, and just like the rudder cables, to operate the elevator properly, the elevator cables must also cross in the fuselage. So basically, looking at it here, the upper cable right there actually goes to the bottom of the elevator connection point, and the bottom cable down at the bottom goes up to the top of the elevator connection point. These elevator cables must be crossed to allow when the Y control stick is pushed forward, that causes the elevator to move from a neutral position to a down position. And if the control stick is moved back aft, that causes the elevator to move from a neutral to an up position. It causes it to climb.
We're pushing the wheel left or right. The control stick moves these torque tubes, which run up here and will control the flaperons. So if you want to turn left, moves the pilot side flaperon up, and the passenger side flaperon would move down, so you'd make a left-hand turn. If you turn it this way, move it this way, it's opposite, so you're going to be making a right-hand turn. So the right side flaperon is going to be up, and the left side flaperon is going to be down, and that'll cause you to bank to the right. And then this tube here is for flaps. Right here, I'll get a closer look at it. If you can see it from here. Maybe you can see it here. This tube right here, this tube operates the flaperons as flaps. This right here is the motor. This is the flap motor. It will connect to this eventually, and it'll move this way and move the flaps up and down, the flaperons, and they'll act as flaps. And mechanically at the same time, even if you have the flaps down, when you turn left and right, they will operate as ailerons also.
Here's the movement of the elevator with the Y control stick in the forward position, and the elevator movement with the Y control stick in the full aft position. And here's the elevator movement both up and down.
Okay, I'm going to go move the rudder pedals. I'm going to push the right one, then push the left one, and back and forth, and you can see what it does to the rudder on the airplane. Okay, pushing the right rudder, pushing the left rudder, center, right, left, back to center.
Here's the rudder cable coming out of the back of the fuselage, which is connected to the right pilot rudder pedal. And this rudder cable on the other side is connected to the left co-pilot rudder pedal. Remember, these cables cross in the forward part of the cockpit.
So when you push the pedals, the pedals will pull this cable. Do it the other way. Push the left cable. Press the left pedal, and this cable will pull. This is connected to the rudder, so it moves the rudder right or left. Same way the torque tube and the cables move the elevator up here. If you push the rudder or push the control stick back, it's going to be like this, move up. If you push the control stick forward, it's going to move down like this. See it better over here. Okay? So pushing it forward, pushing the stick forward, it's going to cause pressure under here and raise the tail and lower the nose. So you're going to go down. Bring the stick back towards the back of the plane. This goes up. The air pressure forces this tail down, which forces the nose up. So when you do that, you're going to climb. This would be neutral, so you're not going to climb or descend if it's here. So when this is neutral, this elevator is neutral, the stick up there in the cockpit should be in a neutral position that's comfortable for the pilot, because you can adjust it.
So as soon as the seats are put in, then the pilot will sit in there
position, this is
and
the
we'll make
position of the
adjustments.
stick. Slightly forward.